Hello all, it's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess. I am here tonight for another one of my missing mysteries. Before I get into that, I do hope that each and every one of you are doing well and you are feeling well. On today, tonight's missing mystery is going to be about a young lady by the name of Sarah Burton, okay? This is Sarah Burton. I always like to provide you all with an image of the missing person. This is Sarah Burton, so this missing mystery is for her. Sarah Burton has been missing since July 16th of 2018. Okay. And so, like I always like to come on and speak and tell you all, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're feeling well on tonight. I thank each and every one of you for visiting my channel, for listening, and for watching. And without any further ado, we are going to get right into tonight's messages, okay? So the missing person is Sarah Burton. The date missing is July 16th of 2018. The place missing from is Joplin, Missouri. Her date of birth is February 22nd, 1990. Her place of birth is Joplin, Missouri. She has light brown hair, blue eyes. Her height was about 5'7" tall at the time of her disappearance. She weighed about 170 pounds. She is female and she is white and or Caucasian. Okay. The situation pertaining to Sarah Burton is as follows. Sarah Burton, age 29 at the time of her disappearance, was last seen on July 16th of 2018 in the vicinity of 10th Street and Rex Avenue in Joplin, Missouri. Sarah was reported missing on July 20th of 2018 by her mother. Okay, so she actually wasn't reported missing until several days after she was last seen. Just to make that, clearer for you all. And there hasn't been any, reported sightings, and no contact or, she just haven't been seen or heard from since the day of her disappearance, okay? So, of course, I did a spirit reading for Sarah Burton. And I'm going to get into that. I also laid a tarot spread for her. It's very sad, and it's just like pretty obvious as to what took place here. But I'm going to share this with you all. Okay, so we are going to get into the spirit reading here. Okay, first off, guys, I started off asking my spirit guides some general questions because, the description of the situation was very vague. So I just started off with asking my spirit guides, is Sarah Burton still alive? My spirit guides unfortunately told me no, she is not currently alive at this time. I asked my spirit guides, was Sarah Burton in a fatal car accident? I initially felt this when it was later throughout it that I was able to pick up on other information. But from the moment that I asked the first question, whether she was alive or not, I immediately felt there had been some type of fatal car crash or accident or something along those lines. My spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton was in a fatal car accident, and this is what actually killed her. I did ask my spirit guides if someone had hurt or harmed her, however, and this is how I got into the further information as to what took place leading up to this fatal car accident. My spirit guides tell me that she was hurt and or harmed by an individual, and this was prior to this accident happening. So I'm saying that to say that this car accident did not happen on the day that she went missing. Okay, there was actually another chain of events that I'm going to get into that happened. I just wanted to clarify that for you all up front. Okay. So my spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton, she was abducted by a stranger. Um, like I said, Sarah Burton, I did ask my spirit guides, was Sarah Burton killed or murdered? And you know, some type of way that took her life. And my spirit guides told me that yes, but Sarah was killed in the car crashed. Okay, this was a very bad fatal accident, and she died as a resort of it. I will tell you that Sarah was not driving. Okay. When this incident took place. So I will tell you that. I'm going to get into everything else here in just a little bit, okay? So, like I said, Sarah was actually, in fact, abducted on the day that she went missing. Not the day that she was reported missing, but the day that she was last seen. She was actually abducted on that day. I asked my spirit guides, did Sarah meet up with a boyfriend? My spirit guides told me no. I asked my spirit guides, do Sarah's friends know of her whereabouts or what happened to her? My spirit guides told me no. I asked my spirit guides, do Sarah's family know more about Sarah's disappearance than they have told authorities? And my spirit guides tell me yes. Okay. My spirit guides also let me know that Sarah Burton is in a she's in a morgue slash medical examiner's office right now. And she has been classified as a Jane Doe. So this is the reason why she has not been found. Okay, nobody knows who she is. When this fatal incident occurred, she was not left with her identification of any kind. So the place where where her body was found and so forth, when it was found, her body is currently still in the morgue or in the medical examiner's office, and she has been listed as a Jane Doe. Okay. Like I said, because they don't know her identity. My spirit guides told me that the person who abducted Sarah is the person who caused this fatal car accident. He did do this on purpose, but this individual is actually still alive. So he caused this fatal car crash with the purposes of killing her and making it look like an accident or something. My spirit guides tell me that the abductor removed Sarah after the incident took place. The abductor removed Sarah from the car after the accident, and he disposed of her body like on the side of the road or close by or something like that. But after the incident and being sure that she was dead, he removed her from the vehicle. My spirit guides tell me that the abductor did not kill Sarah. Himself, like, with his bare hands or shooting her or stabbing her or something like that. The purposeful incident or accident, excuse me. The purposeful accident is what in fact caused her death, okay? My spirit guides tell me that the fatal car accident is actually, like I said, what killed Sarah. Also, the abductor is a white Caucasian man. My spirit guides tell me that this abductor is, or at least he was at the time of her disappearance. He was between the ages of 30 and 40 years old at the time. The abductor has black hair. The abductor has green eyes. The abductor was driving a van at the time, and the abductor's van is also black. Okay? My spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton was abducted from a retail store parking lot on the day that she went missing. Sarah Burton was abducted from a Walmart parking lot. Also, she was abducted. My spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton was abducted at nighttime, okay? On July 16th of 2018, around 7 to 8 excuse me, around 7 to 8 p.m. at nighttime. My spirit guides are telling me that surveillance can be, there should be surveillance of Sarah at the Walmart, leaving the Walmart, possibly what took place with her once she left out of the store, because I did specifically ask my spirit guides, was she taken, from the moment that she got to the store and she was getting out her car to get ready to go into the store, or had she already been in the store and was coming out of the store heading to her car when she was taken? And so my spirit guides did tell me that Sarah Burton was grabbed as she was coming out of the store. So she had went inside of Walmart. She did whatever shopping she had to do. She came out of Walmart. She was heading to her vehicle, and this is when tragedy struck. This is when the abductor grabbed her and threw her in his van. My spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton's vehicle was left on Walmart's parking lot for quite a while. At some point, Sarah Burton's vehicle was towed off of the parking lot eventually. So there is a tow company in the area that should have record of her vehicle. Okay. My spirit guides also tell me that Sarah Burton's body, like I said, is in the morgue. It's actually in another city and state, though. Okay. After doing some checking, because like I told you, Sarah Burton is from Joplin, Missouri. After doing some, checking around to several different possible places that she could be, my spirit guides tell me that Sarah Burton's body is in the morgue in Memphis, Tennessee. Specifically Memphis, Tennessee. So authorities from Missouri, or the FBI who is working on this case, you should be able to contact the medical examiner office or the morgue or whatever it's called in Memphis, Tennessee, and they should have Sarah Burton's body. But she is listed as a Jane Doe, so they do not know that they don't know that it is Sarah Burton, because she did not have any identification on her when they recovered her body. Okay. My spirit guides tell me also, though, that Sarah Burton, like I said, she was abducted on what was it, July the 16th, of 2018. From July 16th of 2018 up until 2020, Sarah Burton was held hostage against her will. She was being tortured, and she was being raped during this time. My spirit guides specifically tell me that Sarah's body has only been at the Memphis, Tennessee morgue / medical examiner's office since 2020, which is the reason why the body is even still there. Okay. I'm not really sure how long they hold on to Jane Doe bodies, but excuse me, I need to get a drink, y'all. Her body is still there at that medical examiner's office or morgue. I'm not really sure specifically what it's called. Like I said, Sarah Burton was held hostage, and she was raped and tortured against her will, and this was up until the accident occurred. Okay. And this was a purposeful accident that took place. Okay. So my spirit guides tell me that the abductor was hired. This person was you could say like a hired hitman. He was basically hired to specifically commit this crime against Sarah Burton. Okay, the abductor was hired. He was paid to take Sarah. My spirit guides do also tell me that Sarah Burton's family Remember when I asked you, or when I told you all that Sarah Burton's family was, had information that they were not disclosing to the local authorities or police? It's because Sarah Burton's family are the ones who set her up to be sacrificed. Okay, that's specifically what my spirit guides are telling me. My spirit guides tell me that Sarah's brother is the one who paid the abductor to kidnap her. Okay? My spirit guides tell me that Sarah's brother wanted her dead because of money of some kind. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I was trying to get extra messages. My spirit guides tell me that, like I said, the brother wanted her dead, and this was over money or about money to get money, or they may have had some type of money issue with each other, but it was about money, which is the reason why she was chose to be sacrificed and set up and made to disappear and ultimately killed. Okay. My spirit guides do tell me that the mother know exactly what happened to her daughter, Sarah Burton, and she's withholding this information because as a family, they are all in it together. They all came together on this sacrifice, okay? My spirit guides tell me that the satanic powers that be also was behind and is connected to what happened to Sarah. I wanted to know... why this was exactly, because this information, usually I get this information early on when doing a spirit reading, but at the end of the reading, I found out about the family and everything, and then I found out about their connections to these powers that be. So my spirit guides are telling me that the reason there's a connection to these powers that be is because Sarah's brother, as well as other members of the family or the family in whole, they are sellouts to these satanic secret societies, possibly Freemasonry, and whatever else. That they could be involved in, okay? So my spirit guides are telling me that the family, they were all in cahoots to carry out this sacrifice against Sarah Burton. Like I said, the brother paid the abductor to hired the abductor to take Sarah and basically do what he wanted to do with her, and until he was ready to dispose of her, and he killed her the way he wanted to. And I suppose this is why he came up with the way of killing her or disposing of her. I suppose to keep from leaving behind, I guess, supposed fingerprints or evidence, or some kind of big mess or something. But this is very horrific. It really pisses me off every time I do one of these missing mysteries or murder mysteries, and it links back to the family and things. It's appalling, guys, just how many people in this world are satanic sellouts, okay, are sold out to these powers that be, and it's literally only for money, positions, titles, roles, resources, materialism, temporary comforts, and stupid shit. Like, it irks my nerves. I'm like, how dumb can y'all be? But whatever. Okay, guys. Well, that concludes the spirit reading. I am going to get into some further messages that I have here for Sarah Burton. There's also some even more disheartening news about this situation, or pertaining to this situation. My spirit guides tell me that Sarah was pregnant at the time that all of this took place. She was actually pregnant at the time either she was I believe my spirit guides are trying to tell me that she was pregnant at the time when she died. And if so, that means that her the abductor impregnated her, got her pregnant. So it was two lives that were lost. Okay. So before I get into the, do I want to do that? I was trying to decide. Okay, yeah. So before I get into the tarot portion and the other messages to this reading, I'm going to go over, I'm going to do this reading here. It's the Murder Mystery Oracle. Okay, so this is going to give us further clarification into the crime that took place against Sarah. Okay. So first off, we have here, killer had an argument or disagreement with the victim. Okay, I believe this is the reason why the car accident took place. I believe while the abductor was driving, Sarah was possibly trying to get away, started an argument with the abductor, was trying to escape, and the abductor ended up crashing, and Sarah was killed in the process. To clarify this with the Hidden Truth Oracle here, it says, I remember every detail of that day. So this would be a message. This is what the abductor would be thinking. Okay, the killer would be thinking, that he can remember every detail of that day, that fatal crash that took place and her dying. And, he had already abducted her. He had held her hostage against her will. He had been raping her and so forth. And so this is the reason why he dragged her body out of the car and he disposed of her, on the side of the road or in the bushes or like wherever he put her. Very horrific, okay? Next here we have premeditated murder. Killer planned out the details in advance. Okay, so like I told you, the brother is the one who paid the abductor, who hired the abductor to take her, to do to her what he will. But the entire family was in on the sacrifice, knew that the sacrifice was going to take place. The brother, I believe, was a Mason. There's other ties and connections to the sellouts in the family, tied into Freemasonry or whatever else that they're involved in. But this was premeditated murder. Like all of it was premeditated because it was all set up. She was set up to be abducted. She was set up to have everything that was done to her to happen to her, and then she was ultimately set up to be killed, and they all were aware of it because the abductor was, staying in contact with them, telling them, what was going on. This is how they know exactly what happened, and they have withheld this information, of course, from the authorities. And the extra message with this says, I will wait for a sign from you. So from the moment that the brother, that the family hired this hitman, essentially the abductor, he sat and wait. He sat and waited until they told him, okay, she's going to be here, go get her now. And the abductor did just that. Next here we have the killer is out of the area. So like I said, the killer took Sarah out of Missouri anyway. Like I said, her body was found in Memphis, Tennessee. So he's no longer in Missouri. He probably didn't stick around in Memphis, Tennessee either after the accident happened. My spirit guides did specifically tell me that the abductor is still alive and well, but Spirit is also saying that he's no longer in the area either where Sarah's body was found. So he's neither in Missouri nor is he in Memphis anymore. Okay? And this person obviously was infatuated with Sarah as well, because the extra message with this says, just being near you is intoxicating. Okay? Like, who in the hell says that? What abductor says that? Okay? Like, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend here, like intoxicating. Yeah, it was a toxic situation, all right, but It was completely just horrific and all bad, okay? Like, seriously. Let me get a drink, guys. Hold on. Okay, so the next message we have here is as lies, deception, and a potential cover up. So of course, there was lies and the deceptions from the brother who hired the hitman, who hired the abductor, from the family who all of them lied to the local authorities as to what really happened. You know, when the mother decided to wait, you know, what, 4 days after she was last seen to report her as missing. It was all a setup. It was all staged. Okay. And the cover up was on all of it. And the extra message with this says, I know I messed up everything. And that's probably coming from the sorry mother who, you know, called and you know, reported her missing, you know. But it could be somebody else. Somebody is saying it could be the brother. It could be anybody who was involved and knew that she was going to be, you know, this sacrificial lamb for the family, for the purposes of money. And they're saying, oh, I know I messed up everything. Yeah. Too little, too late. Gee, thanks. Okay, so the last murder mystery message here, we have additional evidence is at the crime scene. Okay, so wherever Spirit is saying wherever Sarah Burton's body was found in when she was found dead in Memphis, Tennessee, there was some evidence that was probably overlooked. Maybe the abductor dropped something. Maybe some of his blood or DNA is left behind. It's probably some type of pertinent information that could have linked back to him, traced back to who this person was that did this, okay? And the extra message here is, it was my fault, but I blamed you. So like I said, from the very first card, there was an argument that happened, okay, which was what caused this wreck. At the same time, you know, he had already had plans and preparations to kill her, but, you know, after her being held hostage and captive for so long, she decided to probably take her chances with trying to get away, you know, while they were on the road. And they began to argue. She, you know, probably was going to try to get out or fight him or begin to hit him while he was driving. They end up crashing. But she probably didn't even have on her seatbelt or anything, and, you know, hit her head or, you know, flew out the window, something, and it killed her instantly, okay? And the killer is saying, the abductor is saying, it was my fault, but I blamed you, you know. So very sick. Okay, very, very sick energy around this entire situation. Okay, so I'm going to get into the tarot of messages, which basically confirms what I told you all in the spirit reading, okay? So first of all, what I have here, I'm going to go through these other extra messages after I do the tarot portion, okay? So for you all to understand this, let me do this like this, okay? First of all, I have the killer and the brother here, okay? Or the abductor and the brother here, okay? They both came through as different signs, and then I was able to pick up on their accurate energy of their accurate sign. So the abductor is actually an air sign, okay, but he came through like a water sign. My spirit guides are telling me that the abductor is an Aquarius, okay. He came through like a King of Cups, but when he is actually a King of Swords, and this is the abductor here, okay. Next we have the Two of Cups here. So this lets you know that this abductor had some type of partnership relationship with someone else, and that would be the brother here. Now the brother came through like a wand. He came through like a fire sign, but he is also actually an air sign as well. My spirit guides are telling me that Sarah's brother is a Gemini. but he came through like a fire sign at first. Okay, next we have the Two of Wands. Okay, this lets me know that this brother is the one who made this decision. Okay, the abductor here. Okay, so this is both energies from the abductor. This is not two different people. This is how he came through. He's actually the King of Swords here. Well, he came through like the King of Cups, okay? But his actual energy, my spirit guides are telling me, is Swords energy. He's an Aquarius, okay? And we know that the Aquarius is the water barrier, so it's not like abnormal for an Aquarius to come through like a water sign. Sometimes he may have a lot of water in, say, his moon sign or something like that, because an Aquarius is the barrier of water or the carrier of water, okay? So with the Two of Cups here, we know that the abductor here had a partnership, a relationship, with somebody. This somebody that he had the partnership relationship with here is like I said, he came through like the Knight of Wands, but he is also a air sign. So he is, so I also have the Knight of Swords here, because the abductor is an Aquarius, but the brother is a Gemini, okay? They are the ones, this is the abductor, this is the brother, okay? They had this partnership relationship with each other. It was, so they were in constant communication with one another back and forth about this situation. The brother here is the one who made this decision here with the Two of Wands. He's the one who made the decision to, carry out the plans with having Sarah sacrificed, with having Sarah set up here, okay? With the Five of Cups, this is what it talks about. The Five of Cups talks about sadness, loss, of something, okay? So this Five of Cups could be around the loss of a person's life or something. But this brother here, he's the one who made the decision for this to happen. And he had this partnership relationship here with this abductor slash hitman guy here. And the decision that he made, it brought about this sadness, this loss, this pain, this misery of the situation pertaining his sister, Sarah Burton, okay? Next we have the Devil card here. We have the Tower, and we have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Five of Coins, okay? This clearly lets me know, I had pulled some other cards, but I went ahead and put them aside. I actually can remember the Devil and the Magician came out together. So this lets me know that they are connected to these satanic powers that be. There was a lot of satanic, Masonic, demonic things that were taking place around this situation with the decision that was made, with the partnerships that they have. I guarantee you the abductor is also tied into the satanic powers that be. The decision that was made is what brought about this tower, this sudden change, this shakeup, this shift that happened. This tower that collapsed, this sudden shakeup that brought about this sadness was the abduction and ultimately the murder of Sarah Burton, okay? And with the Ten of Wands here right up under the brother, for some reason this bastard felt burdened by something, okay? He felt like he had a lot of weight on him, a lot of pressure on him, a lot of responsibilities or some type of crap. And then we get double clarification when it comes to a decision that he made, because we have the Two of Wands here as well as the Two of Swords, okay? The Two of Swords often talks about it's making a decision, but you're at this crossroads, so you've made a bad decision. Deciding somebody to be sacrificed, to be killed, is a bad decision, okay? With the Two of Wands, this is about vision, decisions, contemplating a decision, coming up with a decision that you're going to make. With the Two of Swords, you have made the decision, okay? You have gotten to this crossroads and you have decided to make a ridiculous decision. Okay, and so that's what made this tower collapse. That's what caused this sadness, this loss of everything or whatever. And guess what? with the energy here, guess what the other energy was that went along with this Five of Cups, which talks about sadness. Okay, we have the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins, this is two fives here. 5, 5, 10. Tens are completions, endings, ending of cycles, something that has come to a completion, an end. Okay, so with the Five of Cups, you're talking about sadness. Okay, with the Five of Coins, it's often talking about loss, lack, feeling without. Okay, feeling less than. And this was the energy surrounding the decision that was made. You know, all of these other things that have happened here. This was the energy, surrounded with the situation with Sarah. And look at this. Sarah was she's a Pisces. She's a February Pisces, okay? Because her birthday is February 22nd. We have the Death card with the Queen of Cups. This was set up. This is all planned against her, okay? And this was set up by her sorry, satanic, masonic, demonic, sold out as family who set her up to be sacrificed. They did this for money. For money is why they did this, okay? Okay, so the clarifiers that go along with the abductor, well, the first clarifier I have is the struggle is real. Spirit is just saying that, the burdens, the struggles around this situation, it was very burdensome. Obviously, the family went along with this sacrifice. They, obviously were either just materialistic and greedy or in desperate need of money, because with the Ten of Wands being right up under the brother, talking about, whatever kind of burdens he had, his ties into these secret societies or whatever, this struggle was, felt like it was, so real for them or whatever, that this was the only decision that they could come up with. The schemes of teams, it goes from the abductor to the brother to the rest of the family and their ties to these powers that be. So you have a large group of individuals who are, a scheme of teams of individuals who have come together to sacrifice this young lady for their own ill wills. Right up under the brother, we have backstabbers. Of course this jerk was a backstabber. He stabbed his sister in the freaking back by setting her up to have this. Who sets up their own family member to have them abducted, to have them raped, to have them killed? You're sick in the fucking head. Excuse my language. I don't even like cursing, but hey, it is what it is. Like, ugh, I just can't take it. So they were backstabbers. They all were backstabbers. The entire family's backstabbers, especially this brother. The brother is the one specifically who hired this abductor, okay? And what do we have here? You can't trust anybody. You can't trust none of these fools. She couldn't trust nobody in the freaking family, okay? Period. Why? Because they were backstabbers. Why? Because they were a part of satanic freaking cults, secret societies, and stupid things. That murder people. And so I have fake family here. These people are this, oh gosh, y'all, this pisses me off. This pisses me off. This reading just really makes me feel some type of way, especially with Sarah being a water sign, guys. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm just feeling all the deception that is going on in my life with my fake family, with how they're trying to set me up and sacrifice me to be killed, to have my daughter sold like I was into sex slavery, and be abducted and sex trafficked for these satanic powers that be. Why? All for the love of money. That's why they're all into it. That's why they're all working against me. But, this ain't about me. This is a reading for Sarah Burton. This is what's going on in her case. But, oh, y'all, I feel some type of way about this reading. Like, I really do. I don't even come on here and lie to you all, fake the funk, or sugarcoat anything for you all. But I just tell you how it is. It's crazy. Fake family. They didn't care about her. They didn't love her. Otherwise, they would have never even fathomed of doing this. Last but not least, you all, I have baby blues newborn. This lets me know that This lets me know that Sarah was pregnant at the time of that she was killed. Okay, since it had been so long since her abductor took her, I'm assuming that she was pregnant at the time that she was killed for this to come out. It could be possible that she was pregnant at the time that she was abducted and she lost that child during the time while she, he was torturing her and raping her and all these things or whatever. If she was in fact pregnant when she died in this fatal car accident, then that meant that she had to have been pregnant by her abductor. Either way, there were 2 lives lost here, y'all. There were 2 lives that were lost here. This really pisses me off. Okay, guys, I got a few extra messages, and I'm going to let you all go for the night. And what did I say? Like, with the fake family and the backstabbers, and you can't trust anybody, the schemes of teams. She felt like she was treated like an orphan. She was treated like an orphan. And it's crazy because, I'm really trying not to tie this into what I'm dealing with, guys. But, I mean, for those of you who have seen the videos and know what I've been dealing with and going through and what I've shared with you all, I'm an orphan. Okay? I was switched at birth. I have a twin that I never met, and it's just all kind of crazy happenings. My mother really isn't my mother. None of her family is really my family. All of my dad's family are like Satanists and like from the pits of hell, like all of them. But anyway, back to Sarah. She felt like she was an orphan. I know all too well what that felt like. I felt like an orphan my entire freaking life. Next I have here, pay attention to the red flags, okay? So there were things that were going on around this situation, pertaining to this situation, that maybe Sarah wasn't quite aware of, but there were red flags around everything that was happening, everything that was going on. And Spirit is saying that, perhaps she should have paid attention to the red flags of what took place. Next, I have injury here. So she was severely hurt during the time, from the time that she was abducted, during the whole time that she was being held hostage, being held captive against her will. There was injury that was caused to her from the dark energy messages. I have premeditated murder here. Plots, plans, schemes, set up. Didn't I tell y'all it was a setup? She was sacrificed. This was premeditated murder. Either way, he was going to kill her in cold blood. Next, I have death. She clearly died as she succumbed to her injuries. She succumbed to, from this fatal crash, from everything that she endured. But the fact of the matter is the abductor was basically a paid hitman. This was premeditated murder anyway. Everything was set up, from the abduction to her being held hostage, to her being raped, to ultimately her being killed, to her death. This was set up. And last but not least, what do we have here? Satanic powers that be. Of course. They have their stamp on everything, don't they? So the next angel message here I have is pure evil. We're talking about demons, devils, death, spirits, wickedness. Okay, and it's very quite interesting. Remember, I told you how the devil and the magician came out under the abductor. This lets me know that there were some demonic things that was going on. Maybe even black magic, voodoo, some very sinister things were happening pertaining to this situation leading up to her abduction and things. Next, I have lightning strike. This was like a sudden change, and this goes along with the tower that was there. This attack happened to her like all of a sudden out the blue, like she was just minding her business. She went in the store, was coming out, and she was attacked. This was a sudden attack on her. She didn't see it coming. Next, I have here family disloyalty. No kin of mine, no friend of mine. Okay? It's betrayal. It says jealousy, envy, hate. Complete and utter betrayal from a sorry, low-down, good-for-nothing, sell-out, money-hungry ass family who has their places in hell waiting for them. next message I have here is don't really care anymore. This talks about Burton's no love life, not having love at all, pressure being put on you, no friends, no family, no nothing. Somebody didn't care anymore in this situation. They just did not care what happened to Sarah. They just didn't have, obviously, a care in the world anyway, especially pertaining to Sarah's life. Next here, I have kidnapper, okay? Well, we clearly know that she was kidnapped. We clearly know that she was abducted. Right after kidnapper, we have rape, okay? So literally this girl was set up to be abducted, to be raped, to be tortured, and ultimately to be killed and disposed of. Last but not least, here we have we have betrayal, which talks about disloyalty, manipulator, liar, bad juju, deceiver, two-faced, gossip, backstabbing, deceivers, okay? And that was everybody that was in her family. I guarantee you the very people that she probably thought she could trust, that she thought loved her, that, would not be capable of doing such a horrific thing to her, they were the very individuals who did. And it's sad. It's very sad that this took place. It's very sad that this happened to Sarah. This reading just really kind of pisses me off. It really do. I'm going to see if we have a couple more messages from Spirit. See if there's anything that would like to come out pertaining to Sarah Burton and her disappearance, okay? Okay, number 22, rise here, okay? I'm going to get one more or a couple more messages, and then I'm going to go through them with you all. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I do hope this information gets to the right authorities. I actually tried to turn in the information myself because I feel like her body needs to be found. But like, what the hell would you even contact and tell them, hey, we found your family's body, even if they contacted Memphis and got her body from the morgue, like her family is deceivers. Her family are deceivers who set her up in the first place. So it just really makes me mad. It really makes me mad, guys. Put a message in Spirit for Sarah Burton and pertaining to her disappearance. One message, please. That's not the right one. Sorry, guys. Okay, we have let them go. Okay, I'm getting a fairy message and a archangel message, and we are going to wrap this reading up for Sarah Burton. So yeah, like I was saying, hopefully though, at least it could bring some closure to maybe the authorities. Maybe it can bring some information to the authorities who need, some type of closure pertaining to the situation. Those of them who, have no ties to this and maybe wondering what happened, especially considering the fact that her body was found somewhere where she's not even from nor lived or anything. They're probably just as puzzled as anybody as to who is this lady, what really happened to her, what went on. She's just sitting in somebody's morgue as Jane Doe. And that's so sad when that happens. It's so sad when, these people find dead bodies and they have no identification on them, and even running their fingerprints through CODIS or something, if they don't have, they don't have a record or anything, they wouldn't show up in the system. So they just end up being Jane Does or John Does or something like that. Okay, two of them came out here. Okay, so I guess we're just going to take these. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start off with the Earthcraft message here. It's number 22, which goes into a 4. Okay. So rise. This is almost like, it almost seems like somebody rising from the phoenix. Like, I like the illustrations on this card here. This card talks about it's time for an awakening. The traumas, wounds, and heartaches of your past are over now because you have been brave enough to confront them and burn them down. Now you are standing on fertile ash of your past, ready to rise. Okay. So I just feel like, you know, once this, it's really sad that it has to come to this. It's really sad that, you know, it took this happening for Sarah Burton to realize just how deceptive her own family was, or supposed family, you know, was, and how they were behind this whole ordeal. But, you know, I don't feel like, as far as what you, well, it was still a shock for her, okay? But at the same time, you know, it probably, well, first of all, it probably was very hard in knowing from the moment that this happened that, hey, your family was behind this happening to you. But it probably, you know, made so much sense when she thought back, you know, on all the trauma she had endured, all the wounds that she endured, the heartaches, the pain, the misery that she had endured over the years. That throughout this time, for a while, she fought like hell. She was being held hostage, you know, and this guy was just having his way with her. But even on the day when the fatal accident occurred, she was fighting back. She was talking mad shit back. She was fighting back with everything that she had, and she wasn't trying to give up on herself or her life. It's just so happened that, you know, the driver decided to cause this fatal accident, which ultimately ended up killing her. But, you know, at the same time, in a really weird way, it released her from the burdens, from the trauma, the wounds, the heartaches, from this family that she I'm pretty sure she endured throughout her life from these people. I guarantee you. Here, there's the tree, okay? And it says, let them go. Let them go. Sarah needed to let these people go. The people that she thought was her family. And it's so funny because you see how this tree is here on fire. And with the first card here, you see the fire. And things like that or whatever. It makes me wonder if, you know, when the accident occurred, was some type of fire started or something from the accident, or did he set her body afire to make it so that she could not be identified or something like that. But the flames here really kind of makes me wonder, you know, was this accident, did the accident cause some type of fire or something where her body was found? Also, I find this tree very interesting here that is on fire. I wonder if her body was found, you know, on the side of the road by a tree or something like that, because the next card we have here from the fairies is called Tree Wisdom. And it says this tree will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes, okay? And it shows this fairy here, smack dab in the middle of the woods, or, you know, in this very grassy tree area. So possibly, you know, Sarah may have been found in, you know, terrain like that, an area like that. Because my spirit guides did specifically tell me that after this accident occurred, that the abductor removed her body from the vehicle. And, I guess just dumped her on the side of the road, or just put her, over in the grass or somewhere off to the side after the accident happened, and then he took off or whatever. So it makes me wonder just how specifically, or where specifically, he, disposed of her and just kind of tossed her the freak aside, which is like so sad. Okay. Next, we have the Knight of Gabriel here. Okay. This is confidence, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic, time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. Okay. So, I believe this came out because of the information that I'm giving you here. I was really shocked and surprised that I got the information about the family and things and the powers that be's connection at the end, because I'm like, I felt compelled to just call the freaking FBI like right then, and I'm like, look, her body is here. It's at the morgue, or at the medical examiner office, but she's listed as a Jane Doe, and, you can find her here. Because after I did the main part of the reading, I'm like, oh my gosh, you automatically assume, oh, the family is so upset, they've got to be distraught, they've got to be looking for her all this time, assuming anybody's regular family, a good loving family, not a family of sellouts, not a family who purposely set you up to be sacrificed or anything. They wouldn't give a damn. They already know that you're dead. They know exactly what happened to you. Why? Because they are the ones who set it up. So once I got that information, it's just like kind of depleted me, and I'm like, but at the same time, I feel like there are still authorities, or detectives or agents or whatever, their titles are, who are working on this case, just like many other cases, who, don't have any personal connections to it. It was just a case that was thrown on their desk, and they're trying their hardest to work it out, to figure it out. And, they would need answers just as much as anybody. They would need the correct answers before they can give anybody else correct answers. Anyway, and it doesn't necessarily mean she didn't have anybody else in her life who did care about her or anything or whatever. So I may still send in the tip, maybe anonymously or something. But I think she deserves to be found. She shouldn't be sitting in a morgue somewhere as a Jane Doe, because she has a name, and her name is Sarah Burton. Okay, and she deserves to be put to rest peacefully, like any other decent person, anybody. Because why? Because once these bodies sit there as Jane Does and John Does for so long, after a while, if the state can't figure out who they are, they will get sent as cadavers to for like for scientists. I don't know if I'm saying the right word right, but to these colleges, to these schools and things that get these bodies that they get to dissect and experiment on, for the students who are like getting into that type of work field and things like that, or whatever, they'll be sent as these cadavers or whatever, and they hack those bodies up. So it just, I just don't even know how they do it. But usually they get the bodies where either they've gotten the permission from the family to donate their body for research, for study, for whatever they want to use it for, or usually they get those bodies to experiment with, for educational purposes and things, for people who are in college and studying those things, of people who have been deemed as Jane Does or John Does, and nobody has ever identified their bodies. So I just don't want that to happen to her, because she do have a name. She is a real person, and she deserves to be laid to rest peacefully. Whew, that was a lot, guys, but I thank each and every last one of you for listening, for watching, for visiting my channel on today. If you will, please like, share, and subscribe. If any of you have any missing mystery suggestions, If any of you have any murder mystery suggestions, or possibly just a topic that you would like for me to discuss and do a reading on or something, I would be more than glad to. You can contact me through the comment section, or you can email me personally at Tiffany Ziegler 60 Tiffany Ziegler 60 at gmail.com. If any of you would like to donate to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. I thank you with every fiber of my being. But I do these things out the goodness of my own heart, because I care, and because it's what I want to do as part of my life purpose, to help and to heal as many people as possible, and also to wake individuals up to the real evils of this world that are happening every single day, that so many people are just blind to. So like I said, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so through Cash App. It is $ Tiff Diamond 36. And like I said, that would be greatly appreciated. And it would help me to put more into the channel, buy better equipment, and provide better quality videos for you all. As I always tell you all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. This is a very wicked world that we live in, guys, and there is evil that is lurking around every corner. Watch your surroundings. Watch the company that you keep. Even watch the ones that you think you love, or you think loves you, because I've learned the hard way. I've learned the hard way that blood ain't no thicker than water, okay? It's the very ones who smile in your face, okay? Who will set you up, who will sacrifice you, who will stab you in the back, especially for money, for their own selfish greed, and need for materialism and things. So yeah, you'll also watch the surroundings and the company that your children keep, because there are a lot of people out here who love preying on those who are seen as weak, those who who can't defend themselves, basically, is what I'm saying. So you all just take care of yourselves, okay? As I always express to you all, I wish each and every last one of you peace, love, and light. And until the next time, namaste.